If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more,
Hello.
you are a leader. It's a beautiful quote quoted by John Quincy Adams. So, with this quote, I
Hello.
would like to begin our talk show named Conversation with Consultants. Good, Good afternoon, everyone. I am Aditi Jain, Strategic Alliance Advisor of SK Associates and Group, and your host for today's talk show.
Hello everyone, I'm CwC Singh, the head of public relations at SK Associates and Group. It's my pleasure to host this show with Aditi.
Before we begin our talk show, let me briefly introduce SK Associates and Group. We are an ISO certified management consulting firm registered under the MSMED Act 2006 with the Government of India. Our mission is to provide consulting services to student entrepreneurs globally, covering areas such as compliance, operations, marketing, research, and development, human capital strategy, and operations. Our passion lies in helping these budding entrepreneurs bring their dreams to life and contribute to global economic growth.
Entrepreneurship is a catalyst for change and innovation. It's a powerful force that can reshape industries, transform lives, and make the world a better place. We are committed to supporting student entrepreneurs on the journey, equipping them with the tools, knowledge, and networks they needed to succeed.
Now, before we begin our show, let's take a moment to introduce our guest for today. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome Advocate Digvijaysinh Zala, a practicing advocate at Ahmedabad High Court from almost 15 plus years to this special event. We are truly honored by your presence today and we are thrilled to have you share this momentous occasion with us.
So, we welcome you, Advocate Digvijay.
Thank you,
Sir,
ma'am.
welcome, sir. So let's start our episode. So the first question to you is, what inspired you to become a High Court advocate, and what led you to pursue a career in law?
Frankly speaking, ma'am, I'm a introvert person, and generally it is said introvert person can't become a successful lawyer because conversation ability is a key factor for being a successful advocate. However, during my college time, my BSc time, I was a science graduate. So I look around the society and faces so many problems and see that people are fear to approach the court or approach the mediator even. So for better engineering of the society, I chose the field. And moreover, I like to read, write and analyze things. I like to interpret what is in front of me. And that my hobby to see what is before me and how to interpret it and how to represent it. That led me to this profession.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, can you share some memorable cases like you have worked on and the impact they had on your career or the legal landscape?
Yes, ma'am. Especially generally, when I would like to share one special incident. When I was in my earlier days, I was a junior, and I represent one matrimonial case before the family court. When I meet with my client and the opponent, they both are very friendly with each other, and yet they want to separate with each other. So I just gave a thought. I just posed myself to represent the case before the court. I sought for a date. My request was granted by the court and grant me 15 days time. I started starting mediation process between the clients, and luckily they reunited. Thereafter, I give a thought to myself. In most of the cases, the main issue between the parties are nothing, just ego problem. Especially in property cases between the families and matrimonial cases. And luckily, I succeed in my way, and more than 70% cases by way of mediation, cases are arrived at settlement, and all the families are happy. And if you
Thank
want
you
to
so much,
know,
sir. Hmm. Hmm.
if you want
Yes,
to know
sir.
any controversial case that has been faced by me or represented by me, then
Hmm.
I would not like to share any controversial case in public domain.
Definitely, we would like to hear it.
But I cannot. My ethics don't allow me.
Yes, sir,
Sure,
we
sure. No
understand.
worries.
Sir, we understand the privacy and the confidential things of the cases, sir.
Obviously, that is our prime factor in our
Yes, sir.
business. In any professional business, our
Of
client
course.
secrecy is the important thing.
The privacy
But
is
thank you
important.
for
We
sharing.
understand that.
Thank you for
So,
sharing this.
so the third question to you is, what is the biggest challenge you face as a High Court advocate, and how do you overcome them?
Yes, the very first challenge being an High Court advocate is the language. I passed out my graduation in vernacular language, and as we all know, the language of the High Court is English. So that was the very first and prime challenge for me. It will take nearly 3 to 4 months to overcome the issue for me. Thereafter, I can speak. Then the further phases I have to face is management, especially case management and time management. Time management, if I give more time to my work to understand the case, how to represent, to prepare the brief, uh, preparation before going to the court, it will ruin my social and family life. And if I give more attention to my family and social life, it will surely affect my career. The third phase I one has to face in this profession is getting good clients from the market. Whatever we do for our client, they never, they never ever, sorry, satisfy with this. The satisfaction of the client and getting good clients or quality clients from the market is also a big challenge. This
So,
is
sir,
the
one more.
remedy.
So, one more question I would like to add to this. Since you are a practicing advocate in High Court, so what are the few tips you would like to give to young advocates who want to join litigation?
Yes. Generally, young advocates are used to find the answers without proper preparation directly from the Google. That is wrong. One has to make good research for the case they have to represent before the court, whether it is lower court, tribunal, high court, or supreme court. But one has to properly prepare the case, research, make a good research for the case, what laws are applicable, what provisions are applicable, what are the earlier decisions of the various high courts, various supreme courts, if internationally, then from another countries also. But nowadays, I also have 3 to 4 juniors as of now. They are also, once they are giving something difficult, they use the Google, search the easiest answer, and then present before the court.
Sir, as an advocate, like what subjects do you feel you should have command in? Like,
As of now, I am very much confident over the land
no, sir,
matters.
I'm asking in terms of like, in what subjects should young advocates have command to enter into litigation?
Many subjects. No one can precise that. It depends. It depends on the case. It depends on the client's approach to you.
Okay. Thank you so
If
much,
a
sir, for
matter is
sharing.
So, how do you stay updated with the changes in laws and legal precedents, and how important is ongoing legal education in your profession?
yes, uh, I have many I am a member of many law journal sites, just like that lawsuits, then bar and bench, Manupatra. So these are the sites from where we can get the latest judgment, the recent judgments provided by the Honorable Supreme Court and Honorable various High Courts. And then we have to go through the news articles, especially relieved from the parliaments. What are the next bills to be introduced in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? What would be the effect on the society of those bills and or amendments?
Thank you, sir, for sharing.
Sir, can you discuss the process of preparing a high-profile cases from initial client consultation to courtroom strategy?
Ma'am, generally, nothing is like high profile cases. If we look the media trial, then it would be definitely, it can be said, this could be a high profile case and this cannot be considered a high profile case. But as an advocate, challenges to conduct a case is very safe. Yes, if a media trials begin, just you said high profile cases, some precautions are to be taken by the advocate and obviously by the court also and clients also. But generally, we have to dig the facts from the client. No client is ready to say each and every aspect of the case. So our first duty is to prepare ourselves from the non-saying, non-using words to clear the actual aspect of the case.
Sir, I would like to ask one more thing. Like, if some clients come to you who is like directly a politician and a high bureaucrat, how do you manage that? Is it taken in high-profile cases?
Can you repeat the question because your voice is
Uh, Sir, I am asking, for example,
yes.
if some case arrives to you and the case is of a politician, so, sir, isn't that
Obviously.
taken in a high-profile case? Like, how do you deal with those cases?
This is such a difficult question. General process has to follow, just as said earlier. General process has to follow in such cases also. Moreover, we have to publish something before the media and hide something before.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, in your experience, what qualities makes a successful High Court advocate, and how do you cultivate them?
Qualities, the first, as I said, speaking ability to present a thing in a proper word, in a proper situation before the court or before anything, anyone, is the prime factor of this profession. Because we are representing our client's case, not in generally, but in a special occasion before the court of justice. So we have to be very precise on the point, brief, and yet covering each and every aspect. So this analysis, this type of analytical abilities are the prime factor for being a successful advocate. The next quality would be how to look at the point that has been presented before you by your client or even by the opponent during the court proceedings. interpret the thing, analyze the thing, and then rebut it. It is not like that someone says something and we just oppose or accept the thing. No, not like that. That could be dangerous for any advocate. Then legal knowledge is also as equitable as these things. Provisions, familiar. If you are not familiar with the provisions of law, as it has been interpreted by the honorable courts, various courts, because interpretation is such a thing, it says something more than that is writing in black and white. Between the words, जो meaning है उसका, interpretation के जो rules है, that has to be understood clearly by a practicing advocate. Otherwise, they won't be that much successful.
Thank you for highlighting few qualities.
Sir, what advice would you like to give to aspiring advocates who are looking to build a successful career in legal profession?
Obviously, ma'am, every person can do this if they follow a certain order, manage themselves in a good manner with decorum, to decorum their personality, to decorum the court's order. Each and every youngster can be a successful lawyer. All have the knowledge, and I must not hesitate to say that our era was a different era. And this era is total different. Uh, New students are too much intelligent because they have already provided each and every facility during their study time. We didn't have those experience. We just have a few professors, few books, and certain good advocates to guide us. So it is except this research side. Most of the students are very intelligent. They all are very cool persons in general words. They are very fluent in their language, then in their expressions, and they can say what they want to say in very easy terms before seniors, before courts. Yes, I have to admire it.
Sir, one more thing I would like to ask. Like when I was in college, I had so much difficulty in doing civil procedure and interpretation subject. So, as an advocate, what advice would you give to other students to overcome difficulties in these subjects?
Civil procedure is such a lengthy procedure, and everyone has to face this difficulty. Unless you got familiar with the provisions by read CPC, it is impossible to overcome this issue. Yes, but nowadays it is very easy to find out on Google which provision of the procedural law is applicable under such situation. So that is also very beneficial to the newcomers.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, how do you balance the demands of your legal practice with personal life and self care?
As I said earlier, it is very difficult, but we have to survive on both the sides. We have to earn for our family, and we want our family to spend what we earn. So we have to balance all these things. Sometimes we give more importance to our families, avoiding our work, and sometimes avoiding families to fulfill our necessities, engage in the work. So there is no alternative to overcome this issue. Once we give more attention to our work, obviously family would not be happy, especially kids that don't. give attention to our work, to us. They don't come to school to watch our shows.
Thank you for sharing.
Sir, can you share any memorable courtroom experience or encounter with judges, opposing counsels, or client that have shaped your perspective on advocacy?
Obviously, in my earlier days, one of the honorable justice criticized my behavior. As I said earlier, I was very introvert uh, during my college time. So I even didn't know how to represent the case before the court or how to mention before the court. And crucial criticism is exercised by the court towards me, and that led me to think how to improve myself. I didn't take it negatively. I took it positively, and thereafter for 3 months, I gave myself under the process. I put myself under the process, looking to the other. Obviously, I took help from my senior also, and she was very humble. She led me in a very proper manner and prepared me under her guidance very diligently. And so far as
Uh,
opposing counsel is concerned, fortunately, or we can say unfortunately, I don't have any such memory कि कभी किसी के साथ कोई ऐसे झगड़ा हुआ हो. Yes, arguments is
sir,
altogether different.
sir, as you mentioned, senior advocates here. My one more question to you is how much senior advocates are considered in shaping a junior advocate's career?
Yes, it is very much important question. Senior advocates are not to criticize the juniors. That I would certainly like. In my entire career, I worked with three different senior advocates, and I must say all the seniors which came in my life, in my profession, are very generous, are very liberal in approach, and always they were ready to help in making every decision of my life, even in profession, even in my personal life. So senior has to pamper the juniors, not that much कि भाई juniors काम करना ही बंद कर दे, but they have to pamper the juniors. They have to prepare the juniors in that way they can at least mention before the court in a proper way.
Oh, thank you so much, sir, for sharing these insights.
What do you envision for the future of the legal profession, particularly in light of technological advancement and societal changes?
So far as persons like me are concerned, we are era of we can say 90s. We pertain to era of 90s. So it is much more difficult for us than the current batch of the students to use these facilities. No, we are using, we are being familiar with this, but not as good as this new generation. The impact is impact could be very great to the society, to the management in the sense court management, case management, internal management in each and every aspect. The uses of new technology would be very helpful,
Thank you for
but we have
sharing.
our certain limitations. We have our certain limitations. We have to take help from our juniors.
Right. Thank you.
Sir, if you had to choose a legal case that could be turned to a movie series, what case would it be?
मैम आपकी आवाज ब्रेक हो रही
So, just a minute. Sir, now am I audible?
है. Yes.
Sir, my question to you was, if you have to choose a case for a movie series, what sort of a case will you choose?
There could be many aspects on this question. If we look at the dark side of the justice, so there could be many aspects, but avoiding dark side of the society and this our system, if we look at the brighter side, then generally in most of the movies they are emphasized on criminal cases, but I would definitely uh, initiate a new beginning with civil cases, because civil cases, to conduct a civil case is much more difficult rather than conduct a criminal case. तो सिविल एडवोकेट्स को किसी तरह से किसी भी मूवी में आई डोंट थिंक कि बताया गया हो कि हाउ दे वर्क हार्ड, हाउ हार्ड दे वर्क ऑन द केसेस.
Thank you so much, sir,
So
for sharing these.
I would definitely like to prefer a civil dispute to the movie director.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, can you share a real life superhero moment from your legal career? Like, how do your skills in civil matters or negotiable instrument act save the day?
Not unfortunately, no such a superheroic moment before occurred before me or by me. Frankly speaking, yes. जैसे मैंने अभी पहले बोला कि so in so many matrimonial cases and family dispute cases, I succeed in making settlement between the parties, and now they all are happy. Generally, in matrimonial cases, I can say more than 80% cases are resolved by mediation only. And in the property matters, family issues, more than 60%, I succeed to settle the issues. And no other occasion is occurred before me. Fortunate or unfortunate, but nothing is there.
Thank you for sharing this as well.
Sir, what kick-started your journey in the legal field, and how have you involved from being assistant practitioner to handling cases independently?
Yes. After my law graduation, I was working as a marketing manager for almost 4 to 6 months, even after getting the certificate. Thereafter, one person, I forgot his name,
Anko,
he is
mummy
from
to say
Bihar,
both Kalili.
advised me, you have the
What is?
certificate, you can be practiced in a court of law.
चारों फारो यार पकड़ा दे तो
It is very good profession rather than the marketing. So I thought on that point and divert myself from marketing to this field. And fortunately, with help of good friends, and just I said, my first senior, she was a very kind lady. So she led me very promptly and very particularly in this field.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, how did your time at Sir Elisha College shape you into the legal hero you are today?
Yes. Certain professors, I must say, Sir Elisa Law College has a prominent name in Ahmedabad, and the particular reason is the professors engaged by the management is a very key factor. Each and every professor, they are either full-time professor or a visiting professor or a practicing lawyer who came to the college and guide us. They all are pampering us very well, preparing us very well. Anytime we approach the professor or the college management with any of the question, whether it is within the syllabus or out of the syllabus, they always guide us well. They always give us a proper knowledge and information about the situation. And not even theoretical, but practical also. Some of the professors were even gave us the practical knowledge also. So that was very helpful for us. So I must be thankful for entire of my life to the Sir LSR Law College.
Thank you for sharing such moments.
Sir, in the world of legal tech, how do you use your superpowers in technical meetings and presentations to conquer legal challenges?
Technical superpower, ma'am. I don't have any superpower. Even for most of the technical issues, I have to take help of the others. Yes, most of the technical aspects are now known to me, but for the advancement of the technicalities, I have to take help of the others. And so far as now this impact on the management is concerned, it is hard to say anything from for me.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
Can you share a story where your quick learning ability and multitasking skills were like using cheat codes in a video game? So, how do you balance being courteous and professional yet a force to be reckoned with?
Yes, multitasking ability I have to develop after entering into this profession. While dealing with a case in the courtroom or while during the conversation with the clients or while drafting a case or pleadings, I have to give attention to more than one point. During the court proceedings or during the office hours, I have to give attention, or everyone has to give attention to more than one aspect. While drafting, I have to go through the files, go through the opponent's case, go through the legal aspects, legal theories, contradictory judgments and legal provisions, and keeping all such things in mind, I have to. And during court proceedings, while going through my file, I have to pay attention to the opposite opponent advocate, what has been presented by him, and this thing should be considered while pay attention at home and at work also.
Thank you for sharing this, sir.
Sir, imagine your legal career as a quest. How does your journey align with the epic values and quest of your organization?
Yes, ethical वैल्यू इज जैसे मैंने आपको पहले ही बोल दिया कि आई वॉन्ट शेयर एनी केस with names or with number in public domain. There are much more ethical values are involved in the profession, and I must say I am following most of the, not all, but most of the ethical values. because I am in a very prominent profession. A lawyer is not just a professional who represents the case of his client, but impact. A thing done by a lawyer would impact on the society much more higher than other professionals. So we have to be very concerned about what we are doing, what could be done by us, and what should not be, what must not be done by us.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, if your legal career was a movie trilogy, what would be the plot twist in the middle? So, how do you handle cases from start to epic?
Ma'am, I would like to speak this way.
Okay, sir, sure. So, in the era of rapid changes, how do you level up your legal skills to stay ahead?
This is the field where one cannot say I am very, as of now, either he is a junior advocate or a senior counsel practicing more than 50 years. One cannot say that I learned everything and now I become the mightier and there is nothing to be learned for me. That's why we are saying learned advocate. So we are in continuous learning process.
Exactly as you said. Thank you.
Some legal careers are often unexpected, have an unexpected plot twist. Share a challenge you faced and how you defeated the villain to emerge victorious.
Nothing is nothing can be said villain other than our own abilities or disabilities. Our own disabilities could be a villain in any profession for getting succeed in that profession or any aspect of life. So we and generally, especially, I am not a person who are criticizing the others for anything happened. So what has been happened in controversy or against me, I have to pay attention on myself, on my side, where I lose the matter, where I made a mistake, and where what are the aspects that can be improved more sharply by me. So this is my theory of work.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
Can you share a significant setback when you have encountered during your career as an advocate while handling cases independently or assisting senior advocates and how it influenced your growth in the legal profession?
Yes, one most popular matters of the Gujarat. Senior counsel from Supreme Court was handling the matter, and I was engaged as helping the junior advocate with him. Mr. Parekh was there, being as a senior advocate. So in that matter, I learned from that senior counsel what to be presented before the court, how to be presented before the court, and what not to be presented before the court if you want to approach certain goals. Winning, every time, winning would not be a goal for a lawyer. Many certain goal would be there during conducting a case before the court, interim or final at any level. Only the winning is not it could not be a goal, final goal. So we learned many things from the that senior lawyer, that how to achieve your goals and what would be your goals for ultimate success of your client, not qua to that particular case.
Thank you for sharing it, sir. So, what achievements in your career journey as an advocate, particularly in civil matters, negotiable instrument acts, and drafting, bring you a sense of pride?
There are many things. Uh, Firstly, I was engaged with all these three aspects since 2009. Civil cases, to handle a civil case is much more difficult, as I said, and especially that procedure which has to be faced by an advocate, because it is very lengthy process in civil proceeding. Yes, drafting is quite cool thing, but we have to pay more attention while draft while making a draft. Not only cases but the documentation between the parties, agreements, contracts, uh, NDAs, and etc. So we have to be very precise on the point, elaborate each and every aspect of the point with legal phrases, controversies that could be happen in future.
Thank you for sharing it. So next question is like for individuals who are aspiring to become legal professionals, especially those interested in civil matters, negotiable instrument acts and banking law. So what self-education resources or tools would you recommend for skill development?
Yes. So far as this negotiable instrument cases are concerned, it is mostly nowadays it is based on the it is connected with the corporate field. So one has to prepare themselves with each and every aspect of the corporational that field. So far as civil matters are concerned, one has to be very clear in each and every aspect of the society. Now we all know that the earlier motion of the society and the present motion of the society are totally different from each other. So depends on the case. We have to manage ourselves. We have to uh, manage the things with the flow of the society to resolve the particular point in the case. So one has to be in a flow with the society, aspect of the society, the thinking of the society, not to criticize, but for taking help from those points to present the case before the court.
Thank you for sharing it. So how do you define success in your legal career as an advocate? And within the context of your professional journey, how do you perceive or define success?
Success would be differ from person to person. For certain persons, good earning could be a success. For other person, a fame would be a success. For some person, a work satisfaction could be a success. For some persons, a good balance between work and social society would be a success. So far as I am concerned, I must not hesitate to say in a public domain that I want a fame along with good money and even a particular seat in the society. I'm trying for that. Each and every person is trying for that, but unfortunately, most of them don't know what they want to achieve or what would be their goals. But I am very clear in this. I want all these aspects in my life, balancing between society and profession, family and profession. with good earnings and good fame.
Thank you, sir. We wish you good wishes.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, I would like to ask you, often there is a misconception in public domain that advocates mislead the evidences or they manipulate the evidences. Sir, I would like
No.
you to throw light on this. So there is a huge misconception in public domain.
Yes, 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 yes. I know that, but that is totally a wrong concept. No one, no one worked in that manner. But the point is to understand the thing presented before you or presented before the court, to interpret the thing and to present the thing. This is an art, and everyone could not be an artist. So this is the point. There is nothing like manipulation with the facts or evidence, but lack of this art is concerned. So it is
So, but
very wrong concept in this society.
but it is a big misconception in society that we
Yes,
advocates
it
manipulate,
is
we change everything.
and for that we must be thankful to the this Bollywood or Hollywood.
No, sir, it's like
Generally,
pretty much common also. I have personally heard that in High Court. In High Court of Patna, I was attending some civil matter. I literally heard that. I was assisting my senior. I literally heard that statement.
there should be. Look, ma'am, this is the society. We cannot say every person is a good person, as well as we cannot say every person is a bad person. So, manipulation or misconception or misrepresentation, these all are different things. But as you said, in certain cases, it could be happen in certain cases, not in all cases. It could be 0.0001%.
Sir, but that 0.001% is taken on the whole advocate community.
Yes, that is very unfortunate, ma'am. That is very unfortunate for us, for the society, just to look at the negative sides of the coin. We must not forget the other 99.99% of the part, and
But
just
sir,
emphasizing that
they don't see that 99.99%. They just see that 0.1%.
even ma'am, we are facing the issue. Our clients saying that we just don't do these things to us. So it is very hard for us also. But that is not true. And we are trying, here we have a group and we are trying to give message to the society. That is, you must not think in this way. This is exceptional cases, not general cases. And we must avoid the exceptions and accept the general.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
So, in your opinion, what is the most significant challenge facing the legal industry, particularly in civil matters and related to negotiable instrument acts that may arise in the next 5 to 10 years?
Civil negotiable instrument act, I don't think now it could be क्योंकि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी अभी उसमें काफी कुछ वो कर दिया है कॉरपोरेट फील्ड्स में इससे ज्यादा वो होता है तो उसको उसको काफी नैरो कर दिया है सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अभी many of the decisions rendered by the Supreme Court during 2020 and 21 कि भाई उसमें बचने के चांसेस once you issue the check then you have to fulfill your liability तो वो तो अभी काफी नैरो हो चुका है so far as civil cases are concerned, the procedural part of the civil cases is very lengthy process. and Parliament has to work on this. I am not saying it is not necessary. It is necessary. It is for the conduct a case firmly and in a smooth way. A procedure has to be maintained by the court. But our in Indian judiciary, the civil procedure is too lengthy, and that has to be cured by the parliament.
Thank you for sharing this, sir.
So, from your perspective as an advocate specializing in civil matters and banking laws, how do you believe legal professional can contribute to societal well-being through their roles in business and the legal field?
Yes, the advocate, what was done by the advocate will affect the society much more than what a doctor or chartered accountant done. Because generally people think, though they are criticizing the advocate, but the effect of the work done by the advocate is much more effective on the society aspect of the society. So I advocate has to be very careful in doing anything in every aspect in their social life,
Hello,
family life, or professional life.
hello. Hmm? क्यों? Hmm?
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing.
हाँ है क्यों?
So, leveraging your expertise in drafting, negotiations, and handling cases independently.
किसका?
So, could you share insights on persuading and influencing stakeholders within the professional context to achieve
Hmm.
desired legal outcomes?
Ma'am, these are the things
ठीक है मैं बोलता हूँ.
one can achieve from the hard work
मैं
only.
बोलता हूँ हर्ष को.
There is no shortcut to the success so far as drafting is concerned. One has to go through many words, many aspects of the words. A word is not a single word, it has many meanings. While drafting a document, it has to be bear in mind a word is not with a bare meaning.
हेलो.
It
कहाँ
has
पर है?
many meaning. In under
घर
what
पहुँच नहीं गया?
circumstances and with which word it is used
अरे ध्रुव का फोन आया था अभी.
can be
वो
changed the meaning
फोन
of the
वहीं
word.
छोड़ दिया उसने.
So only hard work is the key, a
कहाँ से था?
magnificent key to achieve
वो
this
केक
level.
कटिंग कुछ कर रहे थे वहीं छोड़ दिया.
There
उसके
is
पास
no
ब्लूटूथ है
shortcut
तो
for
उसे
that.
कॉल कर. रूममेट है ना कोई उसका, उसे कॉल करने की बोल.
Thank you for
मैं
sharing.
क्लास ले रहा हूँ.
Sir, I would like to ask you, like, what are the few tips
हाँ.
you would like to give to the students for drafting a case, like a young advocate? Like, what are the few tips for that?
Yes. For that, first of all, I would like to share my personal experience. I started my career with High Court only. Thereafter, with the second senior, one incident occurred that I have to visit a civil
तो
case, civil court, a trial court, where I met with a client and I was asked to prepare a notice. Before moving to the court, I was asked to prepare a notice. I think in trial court it was my very first week
अंडा होली हुआ था.
because trial court proceeding and high court proceedings are very different from each other. So I started writing the notice and just in a page, in one page, I have drafted the notice. And my senior literally called me like I am nothing. And for next 5 days, I was given many files just to go through the words, go to the drafting, and I was engaged in that work. So I would definitely like to advise a young lawyer just go through the draft of the senior advocates again and again. Don't get bored in that thing. That is the only thing that can help you to be a good drafter. A judgment rendered by the High Courts and Supreme Courts,
कौन
a drafting of senior most counsels, senior advocates, or your
और आसाम
colleagues.
में पढ़ी जो ना अभी
कि जिसका भी अच्छा है, just go through it
काल मम्मी
over
फोन
and
कट
again,
खाएगी क्या काटूं मम्मी की दो
learn
चाटा दे
something.
कट दे बोलो दो चाटा दे
The which word can be used under what circumstances and what cannot be used under what circumstances. So just go through the drafting of other senior advocates or judges or even this अभी तो गूगल पे भी अवेलेबल है
10 मिनट मारो
वेब
काटो
पेजेस.
10 मिनट
So go through the same and then only you can be a good lawyer or good drafting advocate.
बड़े
Thank you
को
so
गाली
much,
जा
sir,
रहा
for
कान
sharing the
खोल देगा
tips.
बड़े को भाई रोटी बड़ी सब्जी को
So, reflecting on your journey from law school to your current position as an advocate, do you agree with the notion that passion in the legal field is discovered rather than chosen? So, can you provide an example from your career to illustrate your perspective?
No, I must agree with you, but so far as example is, I don't have any example.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, Sir, given the dynamic nature of the legal field, particularly in civil matters and banking laws, how do you remain adaptable and embrace change in evolving professional landscape, drawing from your experience as an advocate?
Yes, जैसे मैंने बोला सिविल केसेस आर कंसर्न only hard work and reading and reading and reading. And then right is the only key to get a success.
Thank you, sir, for sharing this.
So, how does your work hours look like? Like, do you feel is it really exhausting?
Yes, definitely. Under certain circumstances, definitely. Otherwise, not.
Sure,
Uh,
thank
moving
you.
moving ahead, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to Advocate Digvijay Zala, High Court of Gujarat, for being our guest today at Conversation with Consultants. Your presence and engagement has helped it to make a success. Thank you, Advocate Digvijay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Even I would like to thank Advocate Digvijay for his participation as a guest speaker at our event Conversation with Consultants. Thank you for providing insight into your inspirational journey. Further, we would also like to thank our audience for listening patiently throughout the event. Thank you everyone for joining with us today and hope that everyone has gained some knowledge from this event.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.